Question 8. Find the integral of x ln x squared dx. So the first thing we're going to need to know is we're going to need to use the integration by parts formula. So the integral of this, we basically want to have the term that in general is more complex and that will differentiate into an easier term. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have our u be our u is equal to ln x, and we're gonna have our dv equal to ln x squared, and our dv equal to x. That means that our v is gonna equal to x squared over 2, and our du is gonna equal to this is a basic expansion rule, and it's going to be ln x 2 over 1 over x, because we're keeping the term inside as it is, and we also take the derivative of the inside, and we're also going to, the square is going to come down and just be 2. Now, splitting here is where we're going to start doing our math, because we want to conserve space on the actual IB exam. The integral of ln x squared x is equal to ln x squared times x squared over a half minus the integral, which is going to be x squared over 2 2 ln x over 1 over x. The 1 over x and the x squared, one of the x's in the x squared term is going to cancel out, and the 2's are also going to cancel out. So that means we have now the integral of ln x squared x is equal to ln x squared over minus integral of x ln x. Now we're going to need to find, yet again, by using integration by parts, x ln x. And basically we're going to set, in this case, u is going to yet again be the ln x term, and the v is going to be the x term. So here we have ln x, okay, we're going to ignore this. We're just going to do this derivative, this integral first. X ln x is equal to, yet again, using v, so it would be x squared over 2 ln x this time, no square term, minus the integral, the derivative of ln x. It's basic, it's in the data booklet. If you forget, it's 1 over x, and x squared is yet again going to be x squared over 2 times 1 over x, and that's just equal to ln x. X squared over 2 minus x over 2. We could do this in our head, but the integral of x over 2 is simply equal to x squared over 4. So now getting into the very end, we're finishing question A, and it's going to be the integral of ln x squared x is equal to ln x squared x squared over 2 minus ln x squared over 2 plus or the integral sign plus x squared over 4. Now we're doing set B. Hence show that. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to have here, which is just we're going to put our square brackets around it because this is the already integrated form and we don't want to potentially lose marks depending on how strict the mark scheme is at times, because it varies a lot. I've seen them. Ln x squared over x plus x squared over 4 from 4 to 0. What is very helpful is that ln of 1 is equal to 0. So basically, whenever you're subtracting ln 1 squared x squared over x, that's just equal to 0. So we can ignore this whenever we're dealing with the bottom part, the 1. So now we're just going to have it's equal to ln 4 squared. I'm just going to already sub it in 16. Ooh. This is 2. Pretend this is 2. When you look at your previous work, it helps. Over 2 minus ln of 4 of 16 over 2 plus 16 over 4. You can ignore the ln terms for the bottom. However, we're going to notice that subbing in 1 into x squared over 4 is going to be minus 1 over 4. So now we're going to have to know the rule where if you basically rewrite 4 as 2 to the 4, you can remove the exponent and bring it to the side of the logarithm as a multiplicative, you know. So ln, okay, I'm gonna write this here, but ln 4 is equal to 2, ln 2 is equal to ln 2 squared, right? These are all equal, all of them. So then we're just gonna have ln 2, 2 ln 2, 8 squared, right? Because everything's squared because of the square inside, so you have to multiply everything by the squared, and you're gonna have 2 ln 2, 2 ln 2, 8 plus 15 over 4. And then you're just gonna rewrite the final hence, even though you don't actually get marks by that in the mark scheme. But it's still good. Just in case you make a small calculation error, you'll be able to figure it out and avoid it. Plus 15 over 4, and that's already given.